Here with Deborah Ann Woll, who stars in Netflix's version of Daredevil. I have to tell you, Deborah, I have been trying to interview you for like 5 years.
No
Yes,
way.
this is like a golden moment for me. So tell me about the new show.
It's super exciting. It's kind of a crime drama with some superhuman elements. I think we've been talking about rather than super powered because it's a little it's a little more gritty, realistic. I think than what we've seen before.
What is it like going from a show where you had superpowers to sort of playing the girl next door?
Jessica was kind of a girl next door too, but yeah, I used to be the superhero, and now it's kind of fun because I get to be surprised that people can do amazing things, which is sort of fun because it had become, old hat on True Blood.
One of my favorite moments on True Blood was Jessica's introduction to the show. It was like this big scene, and the same thing for Daredevil. So are you naturally attracted to like scripts that have you coming in like grandiose fashion?
Well, I don't get to choose that. The writers choose it, and the casting directors and everybody decide if I get to do it or not. But I do think, I'm 100% kind of actor. I'm a leave it all on the stage kind of person, and I think that's the kind of thing you need in big extreme scenes like that. So maybe that's what they see. I don't know.
My only previous exposure to Daredevil was the Ben Affleck movie. So did you watch that, or did you sort of prefer to do your own thing and your own interpretation?
No, I had definitely I'd seen it before. I'd seen it years ago, and I actually did watch it again recently, just sort of for fun. Yeah, no, I think it's good to sort of look at what people have done before and sort of borrow, what you think is interesting, and then see what you would do differently.
What is it about these comic-based shows that's so hot right now? Gotham, The Flash, Arrow, Daredevil. I feel like it's Revenge of the Nerds.
Ah, yay! Isn't that great? I'm so happy about that. If there was anything I would say, because it's big in movies as well as in television, if there was anything that I would say about it, I think that times are scary, it's hard to feel like we can have any impact on the world around us. And these are stories about people who stand up and who do make a difference. And I think that's very appealing.
Is there a pressure that comes with playing a character that's so recognized as Jessica? Oh my gosh, my next thing has to be as good as True Blood, or is that not really a question?
You try to follow your gut and your... If you relate to a character, if you go, I can get inside this girl. I know who she is. I know what she's about. That's really what I think should guide you.
Fans of the comic books obviously know Karen Page. Is there a pressure to sort of, we kind of know Karen Page, but we're going to find out new things, So is it hard to sort of balance that?
Not hard, really, no. If anything, it's kind of fun. It's like a puzzle. So, I read a bunch of the old comic books and some of the newer ones and sort of picked and chose what I thought kind of worked and then created our own new thing. And I think it's sort of fun because there's this deep, dark history. We don't know what that is. And so it's going to be fun to find out what that is.
I love shows where it's two best friends battling over a girl. I really identify with it. I was like Team Pacey on Dawson's Creek. So in episode 5 of Daredevil, that's when we started to sort of see that triangle develop. So is that something that's going to continue through the rest of the first season and into season 2?
I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen anything yet. But, I think Karen has her own agenda outside of the boys. And so, I think we're going to find that sort of takes over for some of that triangle.
I'm rooting. I'm like Team Foggy. I got to tell you. I just feel like he doesn't have a shot. He doesn't have a prayer. He's not a superhero. So, is there one that you would sort of like to see her end up with?
No, I wouldn't choose it. Someone asked me that recently, and I was like, "How about Moggy?" We'll just get a little of both of them. But I think. Obviously, Matt is our hero, and there's a lot of really wonderful things that make him, a worthy love interest. But, Foggy, he's also a hero. He maybe can't go out and throw a punch, but he's really working towards the same goal.
Tell me a little bit more about Karen Page. She's very brave. I feel like she's somebody that a lot of people can relate to.
Yeah, no, I hope so. I think she wants to save Hell's Kitchen just as much as Matt does, and in a way it's fun because she doesn't know that Matt is Daredevil, and so she's sitting there going, Matt needs to do more. Why isn't he pushing the boundaries? Why do we have to be so by the book? And I just think it's funny to see her say, Matt, you need to step up. When if she just knew what he was doing at night, she'd be totally on his side.
Now, I've heard that you are very good at Dungeons and Dragons. Is
Oh
that
my
is that a true story?
I am so good at Dungeons and Dragons.
And what is it about it? I can't see, I got to tell you, I've gone to like a lot of cons before, and like when somebody says, oh, like pick the guy that like plays Dungeons and Dragons, I'm looking for somebody wearing like a Superman shirt. You do not look like the prototype Dungeons and Dragons fan, so what is it about it?
Well, they dressed me up today, so I didn't get to wear my Superman shirt. But no, I think for people like myself who maybe are a little socially awkward, maybe don't always know how to, interact with people who are extroverted, it's something fun and active to do that kind of takes the pressure off yourself. So yeah, I mean, I just DM'd for my first time. I'm just dungeon mastered a level for my group, which has like been. I mean, I did out a puzzle. No one wants to hear this except me. But
I'm listening. No.
I made a scroll with like clues and like a puzzle in it for them to solve throughout the thing. And just sitting there watching them try to figure it out for 10 minutes was like the most exciting moment of my life.
And finally, why should people watch this show?
Oh gosh, because we worked really hard on it, and I mean, I also think it's some really incredible writing, and I saw some amazing work done by my co-stars, and it's, there's so much heart in it. I think that's really the main reason.
Are you a daredevil? And if so, what is the most daring thing you've ever done?
I'm not a daredevil. I am a very risk-averse person. But I think that's part of what I admire about the characters and what hopefully I will learn from them over the next couple years, I hope. We'll see.
Amazing. Deborah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.